Standard 5th, Subject English, Lesson number 27, The Legend of Marathon. Before I start this lesson, dear children, I would like to give a short introduction related to this lesson. In the second part, we have studied that there was battle between the Persians and Athenian soldiers, but the former refused to accept the defeat. They saw that the entire army of Athens was far away from their cities with only aged people, women, and children. Back home at Athens, the Persians made a plan to take the sea route and reach and capture the Athens before the Athenians returned to the city for celebration. Luckily, the Athenian generals, being good strategy, could foresee the situation. His message about their victory had to be delivered before the Persians reached Athens. Dear children, this was the short introduction related to this lesson. Now I'm going to continue the third part of this lesson. As you can see the subparagraph of the lesson, here I start. Philippides had already completed a run of more than 200 kilometers just the day before. So here the Philippides already has run 200 kilometers just one day before, because he have to deliver the message to the neighboring country that Athens people need of them. But when the neighbor country has told that in their city the ceremony is going on and immediately they can't join the battle, so immediately the Philippides returned to Athens to deliver this message to his state. He would do anything for his state, and Philippides was such a brave man that he could do anything for his state. Also, this time he was to carry a happy message, and this was he was carrying a very good news, a very happy message that Athenians has won the battle. It was not easy for Philippides to reach Athens sooner than the Persians did. So this was a big challenge for Philippides to reach Athens sooner than the Persian, because Persian soldier has taken the short route, which was the sea route, and this was a big challenge for the Philippides to reach Athens before the Persian soldier. That is why this time he left the usual safe route and chooses another one. So to reach faster than the Persian soldier, this time Philippides has taken the another route. He has not chosen the safe route. He has chosen the another one that passed through cliffs and mountains, but was much shorter. Now, what is meant by cliffs? Cliffs means a steep rock face, especially at the eagle of the sea. So here the Philippides has chosen the another route which helped Philippides to reach earlier than the Persian soldier. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson. Philippides scaled. Now, what is meant by scaled? Scaled means covered with or made up of scale or overlapping plates resembling the scale. So here the Philippides scaled the first strip cliffs and pick up a speed. So here he has selected the another route which was shortcut, and he pick up the speed. He had to run more than 40 kilometers, and he have to run more than 40 kilometers to reach Athenian cities. It was very hot, and it was very hot. He began to perspire. Now, what is meant by perspire? Perspire means give out sweat through the pores of the skin as a result of heat, which affect the physical stamina or by stress. So here, because of heat, the hot heat, it began to perspire. There were some shady olive tree on one side of the road, and there was some shady tree on the one side of the road, but Philippides could not wait, could not rest. So here there was some olive trees and shady tree. If he might, he could take a rest, but the Philippides could not wait, could not rest, because he have to deliver this message before the Persian soldier reached to Athens city. He just run on and on. So he has not wasted any time. He just run and not waited anywhere. His heart began to beat faster, and because of continuous running, his heart began to beat faster. He became weak with hunger and thirst, but he didn't stop. so he was running continuously. Because of that, the heartbeat has become very faster, and he has become very big due to hunger and thirst, because he was continuously running and he has not taken any rest, he has not drink of water, he has not eaten anything. Because of that, he didn't stop and he has become weak. At last, Fatty Pidix came within a sight of the city gate of Athens. At last, he has reached to the city gate of Athens. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson. He was successful in his mission, and Pheidippides was successful in his mission. He has reached to the Athens city to deliver this message. So he was successfully in his mission. He had reached before the Persian soldier. So he was successful, he has reached before the Persians. The people of Athens threw open the gates to Pheidippides. So the people of the Athens, they have opened the gate to Pheidippides. What happened, Pheidippides? Do you bring good news? Or so the Athens people was also worried. So when they saw Pheidippides, so they have opened the gate for the Pheidippides, and they asked to Pheidippides that what happened, Pheidippides, do you bring some good news or bad news? So they were also asked to Pheidippides. Yes, yes, joy to you. So Pheidippides has replied that yes, yes, joy to you. We won. And this was the word of Pheidippides. As soon as Pheidippides has delivered this message, as Pheidippides had delivered hand over this message, he collapsed. Collapsed and fell down suddenly. So as Pheidippides had delivered this message to the Athens city, he became collapsed. Collapsed means fell down suddenly, never to rise again. So he fell down in the ground and never rise to again. So at the last word, yes, yes, we won the battle. This was the last word of Pheidippides. He became collapsed and never rise again. He had laid down his life in the service of Athens. So here the Pheidippides was a great soldier. He has sacrificed his life for his country. He had laid down his life in the service of Athens people. He has sacrificed his life in the service of Athens people. Let's move to the next paragraph of the lesson. The story of Pheidippides has inspired the people of Greece for many centuries. So this story of Pheidippides was inspired of the Greece people for many centuries, because the Pheidippides has sacrificed his life for his state. So this was the great inspiration for the people of Greece, and this was recognized in many centuries. This historic, now what is meant by historic? Historic means related to ancient past. So this historic run from Marathon to Athens became a legend. So this was the story which has become a legend hero. When the Olympic Games were started in Greece, and when the Olympic Games were started in the Greece, this legendary, now what is meant by legendary? Legendary means described in or based on the legend. So this was the legendary event was commemorate. Now what is meant by commemorate? Commemorate means to remind people or an important person or the event from the past within a special action. So this was a commemorate event which was form of the sporting event, the marathon. Now what is meant by marathon? Marathon means a sporting event first introduced in the Olympic Games started in the Greece. So this was the marathon race which was started in the sporting event in the Greece. Today marathons are arranged in many countries, and today you might be seeing children, the marathon race are arranged in many countries. When you see one or when you are old enough. Now what is mean by enough? Enough mean as much as many as you required. So here when you see one or when you are old enough to take part in one, remember the first marathon runner. So whenever you take participate in the marathon run, it should important that you remember the first marathon runner, as the great people give importance to the Pheidippides, that was the legendary hero who has sacrificed his life for his state, for his country. So same way when you see one of when you are eligible to take part in one, so you should always remember the first marathon runner. Dear children, hope you all understood this lesson, the legend of marathon. Thank you.